Hello, once again. It has been like quite a while since I dropped a video, and due to multitude of reasons, mainly because my mic was on the Brits, like the USB cable that you see here, it would come constantly unglued. So I had to ship it over to the repair center, and hopefully everything will work out just fine. Hi, hello. My name is Shalini, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. We talk about books here a lot, and if you're not new here, welcome back. So today, we are going to talk about everything that was January. January is kind of like a month where, like, here, damn, I'm giving you so many days to pull your shit together. And also, like, what the hell? There are too many months in January. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, it was eventful to say the least. I bought more books and I officially broke my book buying ban. But a reading slump got me hard because I only managed to read like 5 books. But you know what? I think February is off to a good start. I actually managed to read a couple of books on my Kindle, and yeah, I will be sharing those in another video. So today we are going to be talking about. Oh, I also went to the book fair, and yeah, I'm going to be talking more about that in a minute. First of all, we are going to talk about the books I read. So that's just going to fly by because I only read like 5 books, and that's also because thanks to Storygraph, they had like this January challenge, read one page every day challenge. And yes, I mainly participated in the challenge because I need a e-reader badly. I have a phone where I read on the Kindle app. I also have an iPad, but I really want a Kindle or a Kobo. I don't know if a Kobo is a good idea since like NetGalley went and did their thing. They have this new file format that Kobo readers cannot access. I think there is some workaround, but I don't know. Because of that motivation, I managed to read a page every day. Like throughout January. So shout out to Storygraph for that, because I don't think I would be able to read anything if not for that. So the first book I read, He Will Wait, hold up. So it is He Will Come For Me. So this is like I went into this book pretty blind, and I didn't know what it was. Only the fact that it had amnesia trope. So we have a woman who has been kidnapped and she doesn't remember anything, and so the person who rescues her, she thinks that he's like her kidnapper, next kidnapper. The only memory she has is of her like dad. He's kind of like a mafia boss or something. She thinks that she's being, leveraged off to this person who rescued her. But it turns out that he is actually her husband. They have been married, and there was like until half of the book I enjoyed it. I like the amnesia trope. I like the way you know things when like progressed. He kind of helped her to recover her memory. I kind of like that point. What I didn't like, I think that is a spoiler, yeah, I didn't like that twist. It pretty much derailed from that point because I honestly did not want to continue reading the book, and but I committed and I persevered. Apparently that book ended in a cliffhanger, and I now need to read book 2 to know what will eventually happen to the couple. So yeah, fun. I'm not sure if I'm going to read it because well, mafia romance is not really my cup of tea. So yeah, that was the first book. Technically, it was not the first book because I finished like White Nights just on 2nd of January, I believe. So I started it on 30th December, White Nights, and then He Will Comfort Me. So the next book I picked up is The Poison To Poison a King. This is a standalone fantasy. It's about a girl who is tasked to save the man that she was like aiming to kill. It is a really enjoyable fantasy, in my opinion. This was a fantasy romance, and I really liked it. But I don't. There are two things that I didn't like. I don't know. Maybe it was the pacing. Again, this could be attributed to the fact that I was in a reading slump, so it was dragging the pacing for me. The other thing that I disliked about it is the age gap. It did not make sense to me why the author wrote it that way. So I do not remember the particulars of the age, but there is an age gap where I did not feel comfortable reading the book. So once I got past that stage, I started liking it again. So yeah, just a disclaimer, if you like reading standalones, then you should check it out. So the next book is another fantasy, which was Heavenly Bodies. So have been wanting to read this for a while now, and I was given a physical copy by the publisher Penguin. And this is another fantasy romance. You have enemies to lovers. Let me explain. So follows a princess who is fated to fall in love with a star and die. So it basically means that their kingdom is ruled by these people who are fallen stars. So they are like gods, and they like have magic, obviously. So they rule their kingdoms, and this princess, she's the only one remaining of her bloodline, and she has been like fated to fall in love with one of these stars. This star also does not want to be with her, so he slaughtered her parents and everyone, and she's the only one left. He's also trying to kill her because, well, he thinks that if he eliminates her, then the prophecy won't, fulfill. Obviously, she doesn't want to die. And so another kingdom, they want to help her, so they kidnap her, and they say that you have this power. She has this power of 3, and this other king says that you will help us kill the star because reasons. So she falls in love with the prince of this other kingdom. So the world is pretty interesting. We have the princess, who is Elara, I believe her name is, and the prince's name is Lorenzo. Lara comes from a kingdom where it's perpetual dark. So I would say it's something, how our northern side of the continent of the world is, not the continent of this world is. And then you have the south, which is where Lorenzo lives. Think Mediterranean. I loved their romance, the magic, the world building, like I said, but it just falls apart. Everything, the entire thing falls apart right around the middle, and I struggled to finish the book. The second half of the book was, I felt like the author tried to cram a lot of things in the book, and it, it was too much for the story to handle it. And yeah, I don't know if I'm even doing like a good job of explaining it, because I loved it the first one, like half. The princess just trying to live a life, just trying to survive, and then she gets kidnapped by the other kingdom, like Lorenzo's kingdom. And then there's like kind of this hate love interaction between them. And then Lorenzo is in charge, to basically help her harness this power, her magic of three. Their relationship starts to kind of like, they start to grow close, and I really enjoyed other characters also get introduced, and I love them. But like I said, it would have been so good. Like it would have been my first 5-star read of this year if it weren't for that second half. We are going to move on to another disappointment. I cannot believe I'm saying this. It's the Rainfall Market. And I was also gifted a copy of this by the publisher. It's about a market where you can find magical bookstores, hairdressers, perfumeries, basically anything your heart desires. If you enter into the market and you wish it, your dream will come true. Why is it called Rainfall Market? Because this market only will appear when, like, at a particular day when rain is falling, basically. And yeah, people go in there because they are not living the dream life and they want to achieve it. But here's the thing: if you don't have a specific goal, a specific dream, and then you might get stuck there forever. I mean, you just have got to want something. Like, I want this. If you're not sure of it, you will stuck in there forever, and you will be unable to return to reality. It was going fine, but then it just, everything derailed. Like, I'm not even sure if it started to go off the rails from the middle, but yeah, it was fine. The vibes were there. The premise just sounded straight out of a Ghibli movie, I swear. Like, I would definitely watch a adaptation of this if Netflix or anything were to adapt this book. If you're looking for a slice of life, cozy, lighthearted book, then definitely check out the Rainfall Market. The last book, and this is also another slice of life book. This is very much along the lines of Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and this also kind of suffered from overconsumption of slice of life books. Totally on me. Maybe. And this is also a gifted copy by the publisher. This is a Chibineko Kitchen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And this is also a translated book. I think the previous one was also translated. And yeah, so this is, again, you know the drill. You have this seaside town and delicious food. But here's a kicker: there are short stories. There are multiple short stories. They're all interconnected, obviously. And again, I feel that this would make a really good, like, TV adaptation, but I was just bored. Again, it could be due to the fact that I have read too many of these books. I would like to consume these slice of life media, like, in a visual way. Yeah, so these were all of my January books that I read. It was definitely not a good month. I don't think I even rated a book 4 stars, let alone five. So let's move on to what I got at the book fair and other places. I went to the book fair, and you know what? I only went there one day and it wiped me out. And if you want to, like, the book fair, the last day is today as I'm filming. But if you are looking to go to a book fair, perhaps one is coming soon to your city, make sure to wear comfortable clothes and also comfortable shoes because you will be walking a lot. I did not make a huge dent at the book fair because even with the discount coupons I had, I did have most of the books that caught my eye, and I literally have no space. I got 4 books, and thanks to the generous discount, uh, like 2 books I got from this Rupa Publications. They actually offered me a 25% discount for myself and my followers. And they actually, I think, are a distributor as well because they had books from other publishers as well, and I really loved their collection. So I got Blue Sisters. I have a love hate relationship with this author's books, but I really love the cover. So this was a total cover buy, and I still need to buy a Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which is the author's debut, I believe. It gives Little Women to me. It's about sisters, about how messy they are, and basically they, you know, navigate life, grief, heartbreak, and learning to fall in love with life. So the next book that I got was, wait, which one did I get from? Oh yeah, I think it was this. I'm confused because all of these are now that I realize it, all of these are HarperCollins titles. Okay. So I got the Book of Goose. It's by Yuyun Lee. And I don't know what this book is about, but I saw this a while back, and I was super intrigued. There's also another book written by this author that I'm also excited to read and pick up a copy. But I got it at a really good price, so I snagged it. So the next book that I picked up is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. This is a mystery. I think, I hope I'm right. This is a mystery. Yes, this is a mystery you will never forget. So this is about a family who something tragic happened to them. So their son went missing from their mansion in the hills. So 14 years later, their teenage daughter has now gone missing in the same forest like her brother 14 years ago. And some, like the people in the town, say that the two disappearances aren't connected, but some they say that they are. I have seen this book so many times, and so many people say that this is really good. So I hope it lives up to the hype because otherwise, this would be a waste of money. Last but not the least is a cinnamon bun bookstore. And at one point, like before I went to the checkout counter, I was like, no, you know what? I'm just going to put this book. But once I, was on my way to pay the bill, I don't know what happened. Something took over me, and I just couldn't stop myself from, retracting to basically put the book back. I got myself a copy of The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I have already read this book. If you have seen my video last year, this was nothing like the hype this has been getting till now. There's already 2 more books, but I still got this copy. So what does that say about me? Actually, first, you know what? First, when I saw this book, I thought it would be like one of those cozy, mysteries, but it's not. It's a steamy romance and set in a small town. I know some people who really, really enjoyed it, and I believe that a fourth book is coming out. These four are all the books that I got from the book fair. Trust me, I wanted to get more, especially like the vintage books. There were quite a few of the vintage. There were many vintage bookstores, but the price, I don't have that much money. I wish I did, but I don't. So, and honestly, I really, if I even would have splurged on one of those vintage books, I wouldn't know how to actually store them, because like I have open shelves and they get dusty really lot, and the spines, no, the edges, they get yellowed really, really fast. I really don't know how to like maintain my books. Anyway, so I already have too many books to count, and so maybe someday I'll have this huge ass library with a special corner devoted especially to vintage books. But until then, let's move on to the rest of my book haul, which I got from bookstores and both online and offline. And yeah, it's suffice to say, I officially broke my book buying ban this for this year. I already did it, and also thanks to publishers, because some of the books in this haul I also got from publishers. Ministry of Time, I've already read this, and but I wanted like a physical copy because it's really difficult for me to like read digital books. And also I wasn't really aware of the fact that I don't own my digital books, so yeah, I got a physical copy. Also, another book that I have already read and have a digital copy of, but I wanted to get physical copy for the same reason like before. It is Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer. The reason I'm going fast is because I only have 12 minutes worth of storage on my camera. So the next book I have already started reading. It's a Greek mythology and romance and fantasy. So it's Daughter of Chaos. I was sent a copy by the publisher. So the next book is another fantasy romance, and this is inspired by Indian mythology. It is about a dancer who is tasked to seduce her mark, and but she ends up falling in love with him. And it's Legend of Menaka by Kritika H. Rao. I'm really excited to read this. This was also sent to me by the publisher. Next is another fantasy, which is in book two of A Feather So Black. I think there's some deadly trials. So you have that trials. It's a fantasy romance, and yeah, that's all I know about it. It's A Crown So Silver. It was sent to me by the publisher as well, and I do believe it's already out if you want to get a copy. I also got these books. These are also fantasy, and I am so excited to start reading the second book. The duology, both of them are already out. If you want to get the sprayed edge edition, I think you can get it from Blackwell's. So this is the first book, So Let Them Burn. It is a fantasy about two sisters, and we also have dragons. And the second book basically follows them on opposite sides in a war. This is the second book, so both are out now. If you're someone who loves dragons in fantasy, then just don't think about it and go pick this up. So the next book I got from the publisher is A Serial Killer's Guide to Marriage. I love the cover. This is about a couple who used to kill people. Now they kill for a normal life. I don't need to know anything else. No notes. I'm hoping to read this either this month or next month. I also got some classics and God. Okay, so I got myself a copy of The Coin. I think I shared about this book in my best covers of 2024 video. Why I got this copy. Next, I got a classic that I have been dying to read, which is Madonna in a Fur Coat. I really hope I like this because I don't know why, but lately, just after I bought this, I have been seeing 1 stars for the book, and also some people DNF the book. I hope that's not the case. Have you read this? Let me know if you liked it or not. So the next book I got is Kairos by Jenny Urban Beck. This was sent to me by the publisher, and actually that's a lie. I did not get this in January. I just got this like yesterday. So this is technically a February haul. I got so January again. I got another fantasy, which is evocation. Never mind, by S.T. Gibson, and this is a fantasy. That's all I know about it. Next, I got is a this is a YA romance, and I think it's perfect Valentine's read if you're someone who loves reading romance for Valentine's Day. Anyway, so yeah, this is X marks the spot. We have a treasure hunt and rivals to lovers. Actually, it's also second chance romance that I think about it, and this is also blurbed by Anne Liang. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this book. Next, if you're also a Anne Liang truder, then you might love this book, which is First Love Language. And this follows our main character who is transracial adoptee, and she wants to know more about her birth parents or something like that. And but she doesn't know Mandarin, so someone she knows from her school is going to give her lessons, language lessons, and she in turn, he asks her to give him dating lessons, and but she doesn't know a thing about dating. This is a really cute YA romance, and it's also out now. It's First Love Language, and this definitely gives the exact vibes that Anne Liang's books give me. Okay, I know what you're going to say. Another slice of life book, but this was sent to me by the publisher. It's Yeonam Nong's Smiley Laundromat by Kim Jun, and it's a translated book. And honestly, you know what? This was pretty cozy, and I liked it. I liked it. I read it like back in December, like digitally, and I liked it. I don't know. I was not in reading slump back then. So again, maybe it's the reading slump. So I got this classic, which is Lies and Sorcery. It is by Elsa Morante, and I don't know anything about it. I mean, I did when I got it, but I I forgot. And I cannot open this because I literally do not have enough time. Oh, I also got myself a copy of Kokoro, the new translation, because I have been seeing this quite a while on my feed, and I am really intrigued because the author is coined as the father of modern Japanese literature. The Trial by Franz Kafka. So I don't think I need to say anything about this. So just that I got myself a copy, and I love the fact that my Penguin Classics collection is growing, and I think I may soon be able to do a short video about my Penguin Classics collection. And last but definitely not the least, it's about there lives a young girl in me who will not die. I got this because of the title. Yeah, that's it. These are all the books I got last month, except for one book, which is literally I got 2 days ago, yesterday. I hope you enjoyed me talking about everything that happened in January, reading wise. And let me know what books you read in January, your favorite books you read in January. If you also got any of these books, yeah, just let me know in the comments and I will see you in my next video. Bye.